Good all my dear friends. Today I am here on a video lecture on database connectivity part 2. In my previous lecture on database connectivity, I have already told you the basic concepts and what are the prerequisites, what are the basic commands which are used to connect Python with MySQL. In this particular video, I'll focus on the practical approach. I'll tell you each and every command, how to connect Python with MySQL with practical implementation. I will be doing all the practical in Python and side by side showing you what effects it is going to have on MySQL. Okay, so basically in this video, we are going to use the create table command, insert query, select query, fetch all, fetch one, and row count. Okay, so now begin with. I will straight away come to the create table command. This is my create table command. As you can see, children, import mysql.connector. Then we will be creating a connection object, which I have already explained you in my previous lecture, but let us revise once again. mysql.connector.connect. We will be using host is equals to localhost, root user is equals to root. By default, the user is root only. If you have set any password in your MySQL, then try to put your password of MySQL here. In my system, I have not put any password, so that is why I have left it blank. And database is records. In my previous chapter, in my previous video, I have already created a database by the name records. That is why I have used the fourth parameter over here, database is equals to records. You have to mention the name of the database here if you are using the create table command, that under which database you are going to create the table. And then I told you about these cursors. Cursors are very important in Python connectivity as they are used to execute the commands. Whenever you are going to use or execute any MySQL query, you have to compulsorily make use of the cursor. So this is my cursor is a cursor object and MyDB is a connection object. Cursor is created with the help of connection object. Now see, my cursor dot execute. Execute is a command which is used to execute the MySQL query. So create table student, name varchar 10, subject varchar. This is the same query as we write in MySQL. You can see that we have put the query in double quotes. Okay, and these are the brackets of this Python. After execute, I have used one bracket, and after finishing this query, I have put on another bracket. And I have just printed only one message that table is created, because this table is going to be created in MySQL. So how would we know here that table is created? I have just simply printed a small message that table is created. But children, let me tell you that I have already created this table student. If I'll again run this program, it will say the table already exists. So let me show you from the beginning, and let me create another table student1 in the database records. So now I'm going to run this. You have got the message table created. Okay. Now let's quickly move to MySQL just to check whether the table has been created or not. Okay. So now I will use records, because the name of my database is records. You all know that whenever we want to see any table, first we have to use that database. Then only we will be able to see the tables. Okay. Now select, or I can use show tables. Show tables. Now you can see student and student1. Can you see all? Student table I have already created. Just to tell you, I have again created another table student1 under the database records. So now our student1 table is created in MySQL through Python. I have written the Python query to create a table. So I hope you must have understood how to create a table. Okay. Next, move on to another program to insert. So this is the program for inserting. The first two lines are same, rather first three lines are same. We have to import the MySQL connector, then connection object create, and then you have to create a cursor. And then the main query is myCursor.execute insert into student values. I have put on the values, like my first field was name, the second was subject, third was roll number, the fourth one is city, and the fifth one is marks. But remember one thing, that this bracket, this double quotes bracket is, this query is ended with this double quote brackets to match up with this bracket. And all the data, all the character type of varchar type of data you already know in MySQL, we put all the character or varchar type of data in single quotes or double quotes. But here if you will put double quotes in the character type of data, it is not giving the proper output, it will give you an error. So you have to use the single quotes in the character type of data. It is the same command as we used in MySQL to insert our records. You can see insert into student values, Shruti, IP 14, Bombay 67, and then double close, the command is close. This last bracket is of this first bracket. And one important thing, that with all the DML commands, all those commands like insert, update, delete, alter is a DDL command, especially insert, update or delete. Any command which is going to affect your data and you want the changes to save permanently, then you have to use mydb.commit. Otherwise, this insert command will have no effect on your student table, because these records are not going to show you in the MySQL student table. So always remember, whenever you are inserting, whenever you are updating, whenever you are deleting, to persist the changes in the table, you have to use mydb.commit. Commit command, what does commit command do? Commit command permanently saves the changes in the table, so that you can watch the records later on also. So I have used mydb.commit. MyDB is a connection object, and simply I have shown one message, records inserted. Okay. Now one thing I have to change here, that in the database records, I just made another table student 1. So I will write here insert into student 1, because just now I have created a table student 1. Okay. I am going to run this query. Okay, you can see it is showing record inserted, no error is coming, means record is inserted in the MySQL table. Now I will show you whether the record has really been inserted. Okay, student 1. So what I will be using? Select asterisk from student 1. From student 1. Okay, I want to see all the records. Right now we have only one records. Now children, you can see Shruti, IP 14, Bombay 67. You all can see that I have not inserted this record in MySQL directly. I have inserted this record by using Python. I am doing all the commands in Python and automatically everything is coming to MySQL. This is the main concept of connectivity. I have opened this MySQL to show you simultaneously so that you can change. You can see what are the effect of running MySQL queries in Python. Okay. So in front of you, you can see that the record has been inserted in this particular table through Python. In the same way, if you want to execute more commands, you have to write again the same command, mycur.execute. I'll just simply copy and paste to insert another record. Just copy and paste. Okay, and I'll change the values. In place of Bombay, I'll make it Delhi, or whatever values you want to add, you can add. In place of IP, I can write physics. Okay, roll number 14, I will change it to 15, and I can also change the name of this student to Rahul. Okay, so I have added another record. Now let's run this again. Again record inserted. Okay, so insert query, I think it is clear to you how to use insert query in Python. Okay, now let's move on to another, that is select command, which is very important. Again the same set of codings, only mycursor.execute. This time you are going to use the select command. Select star from student. First of all, I will put it simple only. I want to see all the records which are added in my table. So I'm not going to use the where condition. Okay, select asterisk from student. You can see this is the same command as we use in MySQL. The database is records. The table name is student 1, because student table was made earlier. This time I have made the student 1 table. Now see, execute mycursor.execute select asterisk from student 1. Okay, so now all the records of the student table is there in my cursor. So there is one way that you can fetch one by one. Fetch one is a function which is used to fetch only one record. So first of all, I'll make it comment and I will tell you how it will look if I print my cursor. Okay, like this. Print my cursor, because my cur.execute select asterisk from student 1, all the results set, all the data of this query, whatever the records are present in student 1 are there in my cursor, and I have print my cursor. Okay, run. Select asterisk from student 1. Something is wrong. Okay, let me take this way. If I want to see, then I am taking another variable myrec, and then I am using my cur dot fetch, fetch all. Fetch all, it is quite obvious why this function is used. Fetch all function is used to fetch all the records of the table. So it means this command will fetch all the records of this table, and that records are stored in myrec. Then I will use for loop. You all know the use of for loop, for x in myrec, because all the records are present in my record, and I have used for loop. So it will fetch the records one by one. Now see, print x. I am going to run this program. Let's see. See, there are 3 records: Shruti IP 14 Bombay 67, Shruti IP 14 Bombay 67, Rahul Physics 15. Why these 2 records are appearing 2 times? Reason being, I have run this command 2 times. Insert command. Okay. So you have seen that the function of fetch all command is to fetch all the records from the table, and we have stored that record in a variable myrec, and then we have used make use of the for loop to access the records one by one. You can write here fetch 1 also. FETCH fetch 1. What fetch 1 will do? Fetch 1 will fetch only one record. Only one record. Okay. So now if you make it a comment, because no more we are not using a loop, because there is one record only, and you are going to print my record. See, only one record you will see on the screen. Shruti IP 14 Bombay 67. This you can see only first record. Fetch 1 means one record will be fetching by fetch 1. Okay. Now if I want to put a where condition, just modify the query, select asterisk from student where say subject is equals to IP or physics. I can write physics. One thing you have to remember, that anything which is in character form, I have to give it in single quotes rather than in double quotes, because the query itself ends with a double quotes. Okay, like this only. And now run the command. Again we are getting error. It means I have done something wrong. Yeah, I have written the wrong spelling of this subject. Subject is equals to physics, and we already know that a student with a subject physics is only one. So fetch 1, it will fetch only one record with this particular condition. Now let's see. Okay, can you see the output? Rahul Physics 15 Delhi 67. One record has been fetched out based on the condition a student whose subject is physics. So have you understood the select clause? You can put any conditions like this only. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, row counts. What is this row count? Like if I how many rows are fetched here? Only one. So if I will print row count, print, print my cur dot row count, it will give you the number of rows which it has fetched. Means number of rows which are affected. Number of rows which are affected from this query. Now see the output. It will show you right now one only. Yeah, you can see. Can you see the output? This is the first output, and this one is the output of the row count. Okay. So I hope you have understood the function.